Hey guys, you know what time it is. New comic book day. Best day of the week. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's me, Alex Garcia, aka the COG, as always, coming at you from www.comicbookclique.com to talk to you about this week's major haul. Got a lot of good books to talk about. Pretty big week as far as things occurring, but not that much as actually purchased. But we got a lot to talk about here, guys. So let's talk about it, right? Let's start off in Marvel, where we got One World Under Doom number 8. Ryan North and RB Silva continue to cook on this title. I'm really enjoying this event. RB Silva's art continues to just knock it out of the park, because every month it's just been more and more beautiful. Wonderful art, so detailed, lots of just amazing things happen in this issue. Doom has a very heartfelt conversation with a very important character to him. Big things happen. Doom continues to show how just tired he is of the heroes trying to usurp his role and his ideas and what he's trying to get done. And it all ends with a pretty big moment. So if you've been enjoying this event, definitely don't miss this issue. If you have been sleeping on this event, I would say jump on it. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's better than what a lot of people are saying. I think maybe the hiatus part of the event hurt it a little bit, and maybe it has gone on a little bit too long. It could have maybe been shorter than 9 issues. Lex issue is the last issue, but overall, solid event, and I think it's going to have big effects on the Marvel Universe. So check it out. And let's jump over to Amazing Spider-Man number 14 by Joe Kelly, Ed McGuinness, and Todd Nauck. We're back on Earth now, right? We had Peter in space story, and now we're doing the back on Earth story, where we have, two characters who are taking care of the Spider-Man responsibilities on Earth. Spoilers. We got Norman Osborn fulfilling the Spider-Man role, and we got Ben Reilly fulfilling the Peter Parker role, while also doing some chasm work to try to help out with what Peter's going on in his life. Fun stuff. I really like how Joe is adding to the cast of characters for Amazing Spider-Man. Spider-Man Peter Parker has so many friends and loved ones that by splitting up the characters, putting one in space and having all this stuff going on Earth, he's really able to flesh out all those relationships and show the significance of everybody and give everybody screen time, so to speak. I really like that, because I've been an Amazing Spider-Man fan for decades. So I like seeing all these characters come out. Norman's dealing with his issues. Some people out to just get him, and Ben is also dealing with all his issues, especially with his new role as Chasm. Fun stuff. Joe, you just every month show how much you love Peter Parker, and Ed McGuinness, you continue to knock it out the park, despite the fact being in the business for so long. So thank you. And let's have some fun now, right? We got Fantastic Four Gargoyles, number 1 by Greg Weisman, and I'm so sorry, who was on the art on this issue? And Enid Balam. Fun stuff, guys. If you're a fan of either world, the World of Fantastic Four or the World of Gargoyles, you don't want to miss this. This was a fun crossover. Greg Weisman shows that, hey, not only does he write a hell of a Gargoyles book, and he also recently wrote Spectacular Spider-Man, he can also write a Fantastic Four book. Maybe he follows up Ryan North. Who knows? But this is great stuff if you want to read. They just put the worlds of Gargoyles and Fantastic Four together. It's a lot of fun. All the characters interact really well. Greg shows understands the voices of all these characters, and it was just a fun time. Like I said, if you're a fan of either world, or you're trying to see what this world is like, I remember Gargoyles when I was a kid, or I haven't read a Fantastic Four book in a while, but I don't want to get invested in the main story. Check this out. So it's a great one-shot. There's going to be one other book, Gargoyles, Fantastic Four from Dynamite. Yeah, it's going to be fun stuff. So thanks a lot, Greg. Let's jump over to DC, where we got Superman Unlimited by Dan Slott and Raphael Albuquerque. Guys, I say this every month about this book. If you don't want to be involved in all the big issues and crossovers and whatnot that DC has going on with Superman Unlimited is where you want to be. This is just a book for people who want to jump back into Superman and be in his own, corner of the DCU. He's continuing to deal with the ramifications of this giant kryptonite meteorite falling from Earth. A bunch of world governments and villains want to get their hands on those kryptonite for its energy and for its, of course, anti-Superman purposes. But Superman also has this new power that allows him to be invulnerable to kryptonite temporarily, and it also has big ramifications where he loses his powers afterwards as well. So he's got to, use this new ability and solve his issue very, very quickly. This continues the story from last issue where this country is trying to use kryptonite to, set itself up on the map, become this new superpower in the world, but they're realizing, hey, maybe this actually belongs to Superman. Great stuff. Dan Slott showing that he can write Spider-Man and he can write Superman. So great stuff, guys. Keep it up, Dan. Appreciate you. Let's jump to Image. We got G.I. Joe number 12 by, as has been, Josh Williamson and Marco Fodera and Lee Lawfridge on the art. In this issue, we continue to add to the soldiers of the Black Ops squad, right? There's this whole other, underground Black Ops G.I. Joe squad with Beachhead and headed by General Hawk, I believe. And here we get the introduction of a couple of new characters where they're, this character Soldier, who I believe is brand new. I'm not familiar with a soldier or shooter, I should say shooter from the regular G.I. Joe world, but I know there's a ton of characters that were probably never in the cartoon, that were probably in the comic. But this is a great introduction to this character. Great stuff, great action, great pacing, and also fleshing out more of all that stuff, the stuff from Destro, from that miniseries that kind of kicked off before G.I. Joe. A lot of fun stuff. Can't wait to see how those two teams eventually come to interact, and I also want to see how this is also going to tie into Transformers, especially now that we got Robert Kirkman over there on the writing duties. Fun issue, action-packed issue. Check it out. And then we go over to Dynamite, where we got Thundercats number 19, Declan Shelby and Drew Moss, and this absolute beautiful cover of Mumm-Ra. Guys, every month Thundercats shows that it's got a lot of action, but it also has this pacing of it's building and building and building. Here we get, more stuff about Apex. We're learning more and more about him. I believe I've spoiled it in the past, but Apex is a character that we very much know and love, but he's unfortunately grizzled and old, and he's had to go through a lot, and now he's traveled back in time to try to stop what's going to happen. But now the Thundercats have kind of dealt with him, but also in kind of dealing with him, they've set up the mutants to now have something very, very special. So this issue continues just that trend of just following these fun threads where just lots of action, but also lots of story occurring. Declan, you're doing a hell of a job writing this book. Thank you so much. Every month I'm really enjoying this. And Drew Moss, the art continues to just kick butt. So keep it up. Thank you so much. And let's jump over to Herculoids, right? Number 9 by Tom Snagowski and Craig Rousseau. Guys, this is all based off of those fun Jack Kirby-esque cartoons from back in the day that were revitalized on Toonami and Cartoon Network, back in the 90s. If you had told me I was going to keep reading this book for this long, I wouldn't have believed you. I thought I'd be done with this by like issue 3 or 4. It gets more and more fun every issue, right? In this issue, we're following up the fact that Dorno was captured by a villain, and something the Herculoids have never had to do, never leave their planet, is they're doing. Tom shows that he loves these characters and wants to do stuff and wants to just add depth and breadth to all these characters. By having them have to now go and explore space and leave their planet, huge, big ramifications. And guys, these covers highlighting the face of each of the monsters from the Herculoids, great stuff. I'm just loving these covers every month when I get to see them highlighted like this, with just snarling at the camera, so to speak. So Tom and Craig, thank you as always every month for this book. And that's what we picked up this month, guys, right? It was not this week, I should say. A lot of good stuff, but a lot of books I wasn't able to pick up, guys, because we need you. We need you guys to keep following us, right? Keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Check us out, of course, on our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram, our X. And also, make sure you look for us on Patreon. If you're able to help us keep the lights on and help us keep purchasing these books, we're then able to turn around and do more and more reviews. There were a lot of books that I wanted to pick up, lots are left on the shelf. I wouldn't have mind maybe picking up maybe one other Age of Revelation book and even that Captain America book, but I really haven't been totally feeling those books, and the wallet stretch a little thing. So if you're able, guys, to just to help us, you know, get our name out there, help us, you know, be known, the more and more we're able to then give back. So please, guys, like I said, you know, throw some comments, let people know what we're doing over here at CBC. Also, make sure you check out our website, comicbookclique.com. We just did a ton of coverage of New York Comic Con just this past weekend. Jon Escudero and George Serrano did an excellent job of covering everything that we were able to check out there. Lots and lots of news, so don't miss out. And also, as always, make sure you check out Dirt Sheet Radio, where we talk everything wrestling there. You want to know about ROH, you want to know about WWE, you want to know about AEW and everything else, don't miss out. So guys, that's what we picked up this week. Let's keep the conversation going. And as always, keep print alive, read more comics. Thank you, guys.